So cool. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me.
Where are you? You're over in Germany, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
What's it like over there today? Is it
It's today. It's pretty hot outside. We got summer at the moment, and it's pretty much unbearable. But I'm sitting in my home studio. It's in my basement, so it's a little bit colder here. So it's okay.
awesome? So let's just jump into mental cruelty then.
Yeah.
I'm an old soul, but I'm also a very big deathcore fan, and I absolutely love your stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so I'm going to just start off, and don't be offended by this, but what are you guys so pissed about?
Actually, I don't know. We're just a bunch of dudes who like to play music. Like personally, we're not really pissed off people. We're really nice persons.
Right.
And yeah, we like to play music, heavy music. So yeah.
So I think it's funny you said that, because I think you hit it right on the head, and we talk about that a lot on the show, is that you'll find that a lot of extreme metal guys, or even just metalheads in general, are the nicest people you'll find. And maybe because they're able to get their aggressions and their shit out listening to this kind of extreme music.
Definitely, I'm sure, because it's kind of a way to express your feelings, and some people don't have that in their lives, and maybe that's why more people who don't listening to that kind of music are, I don't know, angry or sad. I don't know. We can express that with our music, and it's really important to us. And I think everybody in the scene has the same opinion. So yeah, I would totally agree.
And it's cheaper than therapy, right? You can buy the album for
Definitely.
$12.99 and get away with it.
Definitely.
When you guys are you writing with a message in mind, something you want your fans to take away from after listening to a mental cruelty record?
Well, we start off with the instrumentals first, and write lyrics afterwards. So in the beginning, we just have like little visions, I would say. So we get inspired by a lot of things. I mean, I can get inspired by friends. I can get inspired by family, from music, from movies, pictures, everything. And it always depends on what's hitting at that point when you write a song, you know.
Right.
So yeah, for most of the songs we wrote with a vision in mind. Like we had some pictures, and we love Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, you know. So that also played a big role. Stuff like music from Howard Shore, but also stuff like Ennio Morricone, John Williams, and all the orchestral stuff. Like you can really get like clear pictures in your head when you're listening to that kind of music. Me personally. But
right.
yeah, that kind of stuff really helped us shaping the record. And yeah, it always depends when we write songs.
Okay. So I've heard the single Nordlies, and I guess the record is out on Century Media June, 23rd?
23rd, yeah.
So like about 2 weeks from now. What's been the reaction to the single so far?
The reactions have been great. I mean, of course, you have some people who are not really digging it. We tried a lot of new stuff on the new record, especially on the first single, Zwielicht and Symphony Star.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, most of the people really liked it, and I'm glad they do. And yeah, it's different, but I think it's also really important to not release like the same album as the last time.
Oh, I 100% agree with you. Yes.
It's always good to evolve. Like for example, my favorite, one of my favorite records of all time. It's gonna be a hot one, but Sanger from Metallica. It was my first metal album I ever listened to.
Really?
And yeah, it's different. It's totally different. But
yes,
at that time, it was the right album for me. It was the gateway for me to metal. And when you listen to Saint Anger and you listen to Master of Puppets, you're gonna be like, that's not the same band.
Correct.
It cannot be, you know.
Right.
But I think it is important to change time, try different things. Sometimes you fail, but sometimes you fail to get better in the future, you know.
No, that makes sense. But how much So when you were writing this record and you were intentionally trying to not write the same record as you said, how much
Yeah.
or how worried were you that it wouldn't be accepted? Or were you not worried and you just were going to do what you felt?
We weren't like we didn't care actually, because for all of us music it's is such an important thing in our lives. And of course we are happy when we have fans who are like, oh, this like touches me so much, and we get that and we love that. But primarily we write the music for ourselves. We need to write it. I need to write music every day. I need to go into my home studio, pick up my guitar, or play some drums, or uh, do some vocals. I don't care. I need to do music every day. And I think it's the same approach with writing an album. Like, we just write what comes to our mind, what makes us happy. And if there are people out there who dig it, that's great. That's awesome. But we're not gonna write something just because of the sake, like that people are gonna like it, you know?
Right. So along those same lines, then, I mean, deathcore is very much, driven by breakdowns and that sort of stuff. When you're writing, do you write the songs, or I know you said you start with the music first. Do you write the music
Yeah.
with the stage in mind, like how it's going to come across on the live setting? Like this will be a great spot for a breakdown, or do you write the songs and then worry about it later?
We actually write the songs, worry about it later.
Okay.
Like it's always hard when we are having our first rehearsals after writing a record, because sometimes I write even stuff I can't even play, you know. Uh, and it's a learning curve, because when we record the album and sending the stems and everything to our mixing engineer,
Mhm.
you just record, like, you're not recording the whole entire song at once, you know. You record the riffs separately and everything, and the first time you're gonna play that song in its entirety is when you have your first rehearsal, you know.
Right.
And you have to be prepared for it. And there are some songs that are really hard to play, but I think it's a good thing. It makes me getting better at guitar, you know. Because nowadays I'm not spending like a lot of time actually practicing guitar. So that makes up for it, kind of, you know.
Gotcha. So how often?
Hello out there. Yes, hello out there, everyone. I'm Hal Schwartz.
And I'm Flynn McLean. Together we host None But the Brave, a podcast dedicated to the music and career of Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce and E Street Band are on tour right now for the first time in 6 years, and we're taking a detailed look at what's happening on stage in our bi-weekly episodes.
We've also been recently joined by some very exciting guests, including rock journalist Warren Zanes and Stephen Hayden, Backstreet's Magazine founder Charles Cross, and Barstool's Kirk Minahan.
If you're a diehard Springsteen fan, this is the show for you.
So please subscribe to None But the Brave on your favorite podcasting platform, and we hope to see you further on up the road.
Thank you so much. We'll be seeing you.
Are you practicing, or is it not really at all?
To be honest, not at all, actually, because I started playing guitar when I was 5, and I actually wanted to play the drums, but then one of my friends, he was like, I'm gonna play the drums with you, let's go to the music school. I was like, oh, cool, all right. And then the last second he was like, I'm gonna play guitar, and I was like, no, I wanted to play drums. And he was like, I'm going to the guitar lessons. And I was afraid to go to the drum lessons alone. I went with him, and I'm glad I did, because I'm glad I can play the guitar now. But when I was like 14 something, I started playing the drums, and that's what I practice a lot at the moment. Like, I practice drums almost every day, because I feel like in my heart I'm actually a drummer, but I just need time, the practice and the routine to get better, you know.
Right. Are you planning on taking Mental Cruelty out on the road?
Yes, hopefully. I mean, we don't have anything planned yet. We have some concerts in the summer. I think we're going to Belgium. Let me see. I think we have 2 or 3 concerts in Germany. What else? Czech Republic, I think, as
Okay,
well.
nice.
But nothing major, not like a big tour or anything. We're gonna keep it slow first, just releasing the album, promote it and everything, and then chill for a little bit because it was a lot of work and we are all exhausted as fuck. So first off, chill a little bit and then let's see what's gonna happen.
Are you one of those bands that overwrites for the record, like writes a bunch of songs and then has to choose from what makes the record, or do you kind of just write directly what you need?
It depends. I mean, we have some songs that we didn't use for the record, but we also have stuff on the record. For example, one of the songs on the record, "Arrogance of Agony," this song was actually a song I wrote before that record was even a thing. It was just for me personally, for a solo project or whatever. And when I showed it to Marvin, he was like, "Oh, that song is cool. Why don't we use it for Mental Cruelty?" And I was like, "I don't know if it fits." And he was like, "Oh, let's try it." And I was like, "All right, let's try it." And we made it happen. And we still have some stuff on our hard drives, but it's not like we're gonna tell ourselves like, we're never gonna use that stuff. I mean, there's some good stuff, and maybe in the future we're gonna use this or that riff.
Right.
But we will see. We will see.
So do you guys just have a catalog of stuff that you can pull from?
Yeah, definitely.
So what is next for you guys then? I know you said you're going to chill and you've got a couple singles or whatever, but what do you have next?
Well, like I said, the album's coming out in 2 weeks, I guess. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Right.
And,
About 2 weeks, right? Yeah.
Yeah, after that, I don't know, just chilling, maybe start writing music again, like seriously. Because at the moment I'm just fucking down. It's not like when you have a deadline, it's something different, because you have that deadline in your mind and okay, we have to be finished until then.
Right.
And it's like you're in a completely different workflow. And when you don't have that deadline, it's like you start writing something and then.
But you can breathe.
Yeah, you can breathe, and then you're getting to a point where you don't know what to do, and it's just like I'm just gonna go upstairs, play some video games, or have a cigarette, or go to bed, whatever. But it's totally different when you have the deadline. I mean, we have countless sleepless nights. We take it very seriously when we write a record, and I mean, we had probably like 6 months where we woke up at 10 a.m. in the morning and went to bed at 6 in the morning and straight up for weeks. And it's exhausting, but it is also very fun. When you're in that moment, it's not really fun. It's hell.
Right.
But afterwards, you learn to appreciate that,
I do know, and I also think that the people that do that, put their all into the records, you can tell on the flip side as a listener.
Definitely. I mean, I'm listening to so much music nowadays, and it always fascinates me. Like you can actually hear how much effort the bands put in the record.
Yes.
I mean, when you listen to the new Lorna Shore, Pain Remains, it's such an awesome record, and you can hear how much work and how much time they put into that record. And and then you listen to other bands and you're like, it's okay, I guess, but
right, it doesn't resonate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I totally 100% get that. So that's going to bring me to the end of my questions. Did I miss something you want to cover?
Not really. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask me anything.
Yeah, absolutely. If fans want to find you, actually, I'm going to put you through a quick little quiz here, but if fans want to find you, where do they find the band?
They can find us on Spotify, on our Instagram, on Facebook, on mentalcrueltyofficial.com, like pretty much everywhere.
Okay.
I think the only social media platform we do not have is Twitter.
Okay, perfect. So I'm a fan of this. I don't know if it's an American show, if you guys get it over there. It's called Inside the Actor Studio. And at the end of the show, the host, James Lipton, asks 10 questions, the same 10.
All right.
and I've got them sitting in front of me. So just give me your honest answers, and then I'll let you go.
Let's go.
What is
ready.
what is your favorite word?
My favorite word. Let me kill Mister.
What is your least favorite word?
Work.
Yeah, me too. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Family and friends.
What turns you off?
Work.
Yes. Let's see. What is your favorite curse word?
My favorite curse word. I'm gonna go with dumbass.
Okay. What sound or noise do you love?
The scream from Angel of Death from Tom Araya at the beginning.
Yes. Yes. What sound or noise do you hate?
Dave Mustaine sweating bullets.
Beautiful. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I would like to attempt something in the movie industry. That would be cool.
Yeah. What profession would you like not to do at any cost?
Probably sports.
Okay. And the last one, if heaven exists, what do you want to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
That's a good one. What are you doing here? Go down. Lemmy's waiting for you.
Excellent. That's all I've got. Thank you, my friend. I hope that wasn't too bad.
Nah, it was awesome.
Good. Thank you for taking the time. Good luck with the record.
Thanks for having me. Thank you
be
very
well.
much.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.